Going live. You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago and today I'm gonna be testing Until Dawn Remastered on the Steam Deck. This is the OLED version, but the LCD should be pretty close. How are you guys doing? Welcome. First of all, thanks to PlayStation for providing a code of the game. I was going to play it, but I was playing something else. And then I got an email a few days after the game came out, which was yesterday. So now I'm playing Until Dawn. How are you guys doing? Welcome. So this game was originally a PlayStation 4 game. It never got a sequel, it never got a remaster, this is the first time. This is an Unreal Engine 5 game, but originally it was on the Decima engine, the same engine that powers Death Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn. But this was one of the early Decima engine games. Now it's UE5. They rebuilt it from the ground up with UE5. So here we are. Hey, good evening. Hey, Susi Sukela. Nice name. Abel, Electric Pichu. No way, Until Dawn stream finally. Yeah, Until Dawn stream before GTA 6. Siad Hassan, how's it going, man? Hi. So yeah, this game, again, originally PS4 game, Decima engine, now we're on UE5. And what to say, originally on PS4, this game was 20 to 30 FPS. It was very rough when it comes to frame rate. Now if you play it on PS5, the original one, it runs way better. This is a completely different thing. This is the game rebuilt on Unreal Engine. So what would you guys do in this case? Let's check the settings first. There was a big problem with this game when it came out. A few days ago we got a patch that fixed a lot of issues. One of them that was destroying me the most was the fact that restarting the game resetted the graphic settings from scratch. So the game by default went to ultra settings for some reason, and I had to change it each time I went into the game. But I love that they actually put a description here. View distance, it says high detail model, following off relatively over distance, moderate, all that. Post-processing, why am I using post-processing? So we can have depth of field. This is like a movie, basically an interactive movie, so we might as well keep it on medium to have some depth of field going. Shadows on medium says basic shadow quality for increased performance. If we need to lower this, we will. Textures, well, medium, that's okay. Effects, it says shading and details, doesn't say much. Usually an Unreal Engine effects is pretty expensive. Foliage, medium is moderate quality foliage, concentrated in the foreground, so that's good. Volumetric lighting and fog, you can turn off volumetric lighting, but again, in a cinematic game like this, I'd rather keep this on medium. So we have a little bit of volumetrics going on, but we don't lose that much atmosphere. Reflections on low, and shading quality on medium. Apparently when you're using upscaling, this is disabled, so I don't know what it does. So yeah, wait, PS5 doesn't render the game at 60? It doesn't? Well, I mean, in a game like this, I wouldn't really prioritize 60s, but it would be nice. There's also virtual shadow maps, if you want to use them. It's a little bit too much for the Steam Deck, I would say. Same goes with ray tracing. And we got FSR3 and frame generation, which is unfortunately not independent from FSR3 as of yet, but we also have TSR. So this is a game where actually I would use frame generation, probably. So let's first start without any upscaling, let's see how it runs. But one thing that I needed to discuss super quick, there's a camera aspect ratio option. I wish every game had this, or not have it. 2.39 to 1, it's basically that cinematic thing that at this height you'll have black bars, like in a movie, that is very constricted. This will improve performance, of course. 16:9, which is the classic, like on a TV, or free, so it doesn't matter with aspect ratio. If you're on ultra wide, if you're on 16:10 like the Steam Deck, you'll use the entire viewport, the entire screen, better said. Let's start at 2.39 to 1, because that's basically the one that was selected the least in this poll with 31 votes. But it increases performance So let's see first impressions, how it is. We start with medium-ish settings with native res. Let's see what happens. 800p medium settings, 30 would be nice to see. Same. I don't think we'll get there, but who knows. The issue that I had when I first played this is that, again, it never saved the settings, and I was like, man, this runs awful. Okay, it's loading shaders in this cinematic. They also fixed that. Actually, this cinematic lagged way too much in comparison. By the way, there's a shader compilation pass before the game starts, but for some reason they did the same thing in the first cinematic. On my PC that has way more cores, it does this step way faster, so yeah. What did they fix? They fixed the graphics menu restarting after the game... after you quit the game, the settings didn't save for the options menu. So yeah, that's one thing they fixed. Now FSR3 seems to be working properly, which was a problem before. They fixed a lot of things, even ray tracing. So I don't know why they didn't take an extra week to polish it, but hey, here we are. I mean, this game doesn't need to run at 60 in my opinion. Okay, at native res on medium we're getting mid-20s, so similar to how it ran originally on PS4, we're also heavily letterboxed. As you can see, the options that you guys chose the least, the 2.39 to 1, actually gives us very big black bars. Personally, I do not like that, but at the same time, if we change that, we go from 25 to 20. We lose 5 FPS. In this case, it's very major in a way that obviously we're trying to get 30s, let's be honest here. So with the aspect ratio at 16:10, I think 16:9 would be a nice in-between in this case, but let's keep it at FSR3 quality with 16:10. So we have the entire screen. But if you want a little bit more performance, consider using 16:9 or the 2.39 to 1, which I think is a little bit overkill. Okay, that gives us 28. Okay, I think we can go a little bit higher. Let's give some room to spare. Well, actually, if I put at 16:9, I think it will be above 30. Or not, huh? Okay. Yeah, let's keep it on free aspect ratio. And let's see how it goes with quality. You heard the upcoming Dragon Age game is verified on deck? Yeah, it is. They confirmed that a moment ago. When they announced it, basically. Could you try AC Mirage? Yeah, sure, I might. What are your hopes of AC Shadows? Have a Discord server? Oh my, I don't want to see that. Hey, Spencer Walker, thank you so much for the 6.66. Nice. The hell number. US dollar donation. Thank you so much, man. He says, yo, Santiago, stream. Santiago, stream. Let's go. Just got off work. Perfect timing. I was waiting for you, man. Thanks for that. I appreciate that a lot. Okay. So, in this case, I think I put that this auto-completes, but you basically have to move your... Okay, in this case, yeah, I'm not using the gyroscope. Sometimes it doesn't work. But the thing is, if you move... The idea is that you're holding the Steam Deck, and if you move... You're basically... Don't move, they say. If you move it... kind of goes off center, but I put that it auto completes so I can pay attention. Sleep time? I mean, it's 6:30 p.m. here, so we're playing until dawn. Ha! But thanks again, Spencer Walker, for the generous donation. Thank you so much, man. When I say horror games, survive with minimum salary in South America. Been there, done that. 3 a.m. there? Holy hell. Okay, guys, I'm seeing a little bit too much of a drop below 30. So despite me not liking frame generation because response time, since in this game you're mostly either walking around. Actually, let me lower those shadows. Okay. Medium plus low shadows. Let's try frame gen. I think that will be useful in this case because you're barely controlling the game, let's be honest here. So FSR3 frame gen, yes. And of course the frame time will go crazy. Manga Hood doesn't like frame generation. By the way, allowed tearing, I think I enabled it. No. Here it goes. And let's set a manual GPU clock at around... You know what, let's keep it as the Steam Deck wants. And let's see what we get. Yeah, frame gen is not great on this one. Also, it uses all the VRAM.
Jeez, Josh.
I don't know. Usually frame gen doesn't work well on Steam Deck. 33 frames. And without that... One sec. Yeah, that frame time, holy hell. Let's disable frame gen for a second. Oh, much better. Yeah, I think we're just over the VRAM limit. The RAM limit, better said. We have a shared pool of 16 gigs. Could you try setting the frame cap to 30? Sure. There we go. 30 frames. Yeah, I think a 30 FPS cap is pretty smart in this case. But hey, we're on quality FSR. We still have balance and performance. Yeah, good point. The UI sound effects for Steam Deck, I really like them as well. They're a bit loud though. By the way, this game is being rendered in real time. This cutscene, the game is basically a giant cutscene with some interaction in the middle. So yeah, dynamic rest targeted FSR would be nice. Yeah, man, I agree. It will be perfect for this.
God, I can't believe you.
Dude, the heavy depth of field. I think, yeah, that kills the frame rate, which makes sense. You can disable depth of field though, but I think in a game that's trying to be cinematic, not having depth of field is a disservice. Also, it's a little bit, yeah, the temporal stability on FSR3 is not great. The hair gets destroyed, the shadows in the face as well. I mean, we're playing at 800p with upscaling, but still.
It's not her fault that she has a huge crush on Hannah's been making the
Yeah, horror QTE game, basically, yeah. But I'm happy that they bring this to PC finally, even if it is the UE5 remake Aster, because basically this is the same game with new camera cuts, some extra gameplay. You walk around more than before. Some parts that used to be a cutscene, now you walk, so that's good. But let's see, yeah, hoping this game will be patched so it can run slightly better on deck and lower in PC components. Yep. Yeah, I cannot say no to that. By the way, do you guys hear the game well, or is it too quiet? I mean, you should be able to hear me and the game. Also, I think we went a little bit hard on textures. Maybe I should lower those textures. I'm not restarting the game at the moment because, well, it will start from the beginning. We need to get to a checkpoint before I do anything. But it should be, I mean, it shouldn't be hard to make it run a little bit better. Maybe with some config file tweaks. What the hell? That's funny. Volume is fine for you? Okay. You can't hear the game? Let me increase the game volume a little bit. Yeah, also the camera. doesn't control that great. Doesn't feel super responsive. Give me 1 sec. Let's increase the brightness a bit. Also, if you have an OLED Steam Deck, there's HDR. But personally, I think how it is looks fine enough. Yeah, I forgot how to control the brightness. LMAO. I'll find it, don't worry. I would probably use balanced FSR actually. Yeah, the camera is not smooth at all. Maybe it's because I have a loud tearing on. Yeah, I'm not seeing the brightness option. Well, whatever. Let's continue. Yeah, the camera is like lagging. Hold up. Let's disable the frame limit. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, the game feels way better without the frame cap, obviously, but the camera doesn't seem to be kinda stuttery. Is where you are in the game demanding? No, I don't know. We'll see once stuff starts happening. But at the moment, just rendering the game itself is pretty heavy. But we're on quality FSR 3, so it's not too bad. Also, ray tracing is off. I'm not sure if the game runs ray tracing at all times. But still. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, the 30 FPS cap. We can do it from the game's config file. The options menu. There we go. Okay, now the camera doesn't feel laggy despite the frame time. Also, there seems to be some heavy motion blur. But as you can see, guys, we have 16 GB of RAM. That's being shared between the CPU, so system RAM, those 16 gigs, and the GPU for the VRAM. And the VRAM is at 7 gigs and the RAM is at 12.3. So we're basically above 16 gigs. So I'm guessing I went a little bit overboard when it comes to textures. Let's put those on low. But some settings it says it requires a restart, so once I get ahead and I get a save somewhere, a checkpoint, I'll be able to reset it. Motion blur on at 30 FPS. We'll try it. Hey, Marco Antonio Ibarra Bermeo. Yeah, finally Until Dawn. How's TSR like? It's not amazing. But this is a low resolution, so it kind of makes sense. But FSR 3, they updated it to FSR 3.1. So it looks better than on release, but it's not like... Oops. But it's not like it doesn't look pixelated. In motion, it has pixelation, especially considering that this game has a lot of dark environments. Okay, search for the totem to locate a premonition. Happily. Looks cool. But I think we're going to need a balanced FSR on this one. I think I don't need a premonition, you know? Oh, I think I got it. Come on. There we go. Oh. Okay. She dead. Yeah, I think motion blur is already engaged, actually. But there's a mix of fixed camera angles and my character walking at the left of the screen. Okay, so the bumpers are to open that menu thing. Gotcha. Not sure if I can run. She must be cold. What the hell? But I think because I have a light in front of me, the game is a bit dark. But especially around the hair, you can notice very clearly those artifacts. On the smaller screen, it's probably fine. Yes. It's been fun hanging out with you. No one gets me like you do. Come find me later. I'll be waiting. Mike. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Not
What
Mike.
did our naive sister get herself into now?
Here we go. Okay, here it goes. You can run, but it's more like Jacob from Callisto running. So not running. Oh man, it crashed. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, I think we went over the VRAM limit actually. Let's try that again. Mike's about to leave his hotel key behind. Okay. No, el calor no se siente, Richie, porque la parte que agarras el Steam Deck no están las partes que generan calor. So guys, the game crashed. I think it was a camera cut. Again, we were on medium textures. Maybe we need to go for low textures. I also enabled and disabled frame gen, which uses more VRAM. I was basically using all the memory that the Steam Deck has. So let's try again. Does it have memory leak issues? I played it on my main PC and it uses a lot of RAM. It was like 15 gigs. So maybe there is a memory leak. Let me check if the settings are still the same though. Okay, the settings don't reset on restarting the game, which is good. Shading, let's lower it a little. And let's keep it on FSR3 quality without touching anything else. So basically medium to low settings, I would say, with low shadows and textures to save VRAM. And we have a 30 FPS cap engaged. It says continue, so I should be in the same place as I was a second ago. Mid-low and low textures. Also, I'm using all the screen. If you're using the cinematic 239:1 aspect ratio, you'll have a big performance uplift. Okay. Good thing I don't have to start the game all over, because if it crashes in the middle, good lord. Yeah, VRAM is still, RAM usage is still way out of control. I can see the texture quality being worse, but that's fine, it's a Steam Deck.
Oh my god. What did our naive sister get herself into now?
PC? Yeah, PC is coming soon, Darth Decimus. Right now I wanted to do the Steam Deck so I can have some first impressions and a save file for later in the game. But PC is definitely coming. But I did, as you said, I basically did an Until Dawn video before GTA 6. Yeah, the reflections usually, this is probably a planar reflection, affects performance quite significantly. Yeah, also the camera cuts, holy hell. I'm not entirely sure if the game... Okay, it does have sound. I turned off the copyrighted music. That's basically why this part is completely silent. You might watch Star Wars movie on the cinema this Sunday. Awesome, man. Which one? It'd be crazy if GTA 6 can run in Steam Deck. It probably can, but I don't think it'll be a playable frame rate. We'll see. Is it even good? I mean, when it comes to this type of game, it has a great story, for what I heard. I haven't finished it. I played it on PS4, but I didn't go super far into it. But again, right now you cannot hear anything because the sound for the music, the copyrighted music, I turned it off. This is a streamer mode, thank God. But again, this is more like an interactive movie. If you're into that sort of thing, you're probably going to like this. You have to take choices here and there. But GTA 6 will be like 20 FPS if we're lucky. We hope.
Mike.
Poor lady. They're setting her up
I got your note.
like, hey, Mike wants to hang out with you. A fake letter, although she looks kind of creepy at low settings.
You know, making out and see where it goes from there.
I want everything, Mike. Uh-oh.
Oh my god, she's taking her shirt off.
No, not the shirt off.
Hannah, hey.
I'm streaming.
It's just a stupid prank, okay?
Close your eyes, yeah. I'm too young to see this. I'm only 28.
I'm sorry, Hannah. This all got out of hand.
Mike.
Damn.
You guys are jerks.
Yeah, they are
You know
jerks.
that? Hannah!
They're the worst. This is the same company that made The Quarry. Yes, they are the same, but they didn't work in this remake, quote-unquote, remaster project. I mean, the game is the same game, but on UE5, wake Josh or find others. Let's find others. I mean, it's not Josh, it's Freddie Mercury. But this game really does have that
Where's she going?
camera cut problem that is loading something super quickly. Again, I'm not really, I just hit the right trigger to choose something.
Sharks.
So.
Well, let's see what happens.
You know, I
Let's
think
see,
we
well,
can
yeah,
find the
that's
position she wants to
disgusting. Hey, Hiro, ¿qué tal? You're going to watch The Last Jedi on cinema? That's fine, man. So this part, as far as I know, in the original was a cutscene and you couldn't move around.
Hannah.
But I think quality FSR is a little bit too much for the Steam Deck. Let's go for balance, and if that's not enough, we go for performance. Also, by the way, there's a image sharpening option, which is good to have. I'd say it's essential. But you can see the upscaling thing going on. This is FSR balanced. And I'm using the entire screen for that reason also, to push it to the limit. If you don't want to use the entire screen, that's okay. Yeah, I can see the artifacting around the trees especially. And moving the light around. Ugh. Yeah. Definitely, as you can see here, the CPU usage increases. It's loading something in the background. Do you have a Discord server? I used to, but I stopped visiting it because, well, it was a little bit too much exposure, let's say. Bueno, me alegro, Hiro. Eso es algo bueno. Yeah, I'm seeing it when the snowdrops are falling. I can see the artifacting.
Hannah.
That scared me. That's okay. Silent Hill 2 Remake, Game of the Year 2024. What do you think? I don't think, at least for me, it's not Game of the Year. But it's probably in my top 10. See if it's better at 23.9 to 1. Sure. So we're at 28 FPS. Let's keep it unlocked when it comes to the frame rate. Let's see. Let's find a good spot for the performance and then we can lock it just fine. So with the frame rate unlocked, quote unquote, 28 FPS, looking at this part. And if we are at 16:9 instead of 28, we get 29. We get 1 frame at 16:9. And at 28 2.39 to 1, which is like movie aspect ratio, highly letterboxed, you get 31 FPS. Which again, going from 28 to 31 is probably going to be noticeable, but it's such an aggressive letterboxing that I don't know. It's a little bit too much, I would say. But of course it saves you from using more upscaling, to say it in some way. So this is 2.39 to 1. Oh man, it's super dark. There we go. Okay. What? That was random. Not sure if there had to be someone there. Made the correct input before the timer runs out. Oh no. Quick time events, okay. I got this. Oof. Let's go safe. Yeah, but those frame times, I think I should just try the lowest setting at this point. Yeah, I'm pushing it a little bit too hard. On a small screen is not worth it. Yeah. Follow footprints or noise footprints. It's obvious. Oh. Never mind. I got it wrong. But yeah, in a smaller screen, I wouldn't use this letterbox mode. I mean, it looks cinematic, but on a big TV, maybe it makes sense. On a Steam Deck, probably not. So despite the performance impact, I'll probably just keep it at 16:10. Yeah, it's a huge difference.
Hannah. Hello?
Isn't verified on Steam Deck on Hill 2. Yeah, I mean, so far it ran well. Better than I anticipated, honestly. But who knows what the testing methodology is for all that. Yeah, I mean, it's a reference. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, hopefully Valve tries to play the entire game. Oops, the phone is gone. But so far, yeah, this game is too tough for Steam Deck when it comes to GPU performance and CPU performance when it's loading something. Ooh, they're gone. Oh, never mind. Also, one thing that I'm missing, I played the first one, the original on PS4 a while back. This is missing like the blue tint, the blue. I don't know. No, drop Hannah. We drop her. See ya. They will fall anyway. Okay. Yeah, Spencer, maybe that's... Maybe. I haven't played that one. To be fair, the Steam Deck does give you the OG PS4 frame rate. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. On PS4, it's basically 20... It drops into the 20s very often. So in that way, it's close to the original. But still. Yeah, especially when it comes to the fog in the background. If there is fog in front of you with something in the middle, it will have a lot of aliasing. But again, we're playing balanced FSR on an 800p screen, so makes sense. Bro didn't even doubt it 1 sec.
There's freedom. There's revelation. Everything you do, every decision you make from now on will open doors.
They removed the blue filter with real team lighting. Okay.
I want you to remember this. I want
Yeah,
you to remember this.
I knew something was off when it comes to the visuals. Yeah, they don't have the blue tint of the original. The original had like a... If you ever played Battlefield 3, well, maybe not. It had like a blue filter that made the highlights more blown out. I don't know, it made it more
and I want to help
how to say it,
through.
more gloomy, to say it in some way. Had its own aesthetic. Now it looks like
Sometimes
a
these
UEFI
things
game
can
to
be a
me.
little scary, even terrifying.
Oh, you're also playing
I'm
Neo
here to
2.
make sure
Man,
that
it's
no
been a
matter
while. I
how
need to play those on
upsetting
Steam
things
Deck,
may
actually.
get, you will always find
Yeah,
out
exactly, in a cool. I agree with you. It was like darker and bluish,
Alright.
which I think made
We'll
complete
start
sense
by
considering
exercise.
you are in the
Can you
snow,
please pick up the
it's
card?
dark. I don't
I
know,
want you to look at the
it fit a
picture on
lot
the other
better.
side and
That
tell me
bluish
what you
color
feel about
fits
it.
very well
It
with
is
cold,
essential
to
that
say
you
it in some
handle
way.
it honestly in order to get the most out of this
That was the butterfly effect. Oh, I have to do something. Oh, look, I have a nice glove. Oh, look. Nice photo.
So, how did that picture make you
So,
feel?
as I was saying, the thing that I have, at least from the start of the game, I feel uneasy, it makes me happy. It makes me happy.
Oh, that's good.
So, as I was saying, at the beginning of the game, there is a lot of camera cuts. So, sometimes textures don't load properly right away, but the game continues. I had one crash, but that's probably because I enabled frame gen and it filled all the VRAM. Also, when it comes to VRAM, the game can use a lot of VRAM.
Cold and dark
So it will fill up the RAM as
feelings
well.
of loneliness are not uncommon.
The blue and dark is still in the game. The orange light is only in the intro. Okay, gotcha. I finished playing Silent Hill 2 Remake. I haven't played much in general. I've been recording some YouTube videos and sometimes playing games. It's, I don't know, it feels like I'm doing a YouTube video. Sometimes I'm sitting there playing a game and I feel like I need to talk to the air. So I haven't been playing much lately. I've been doing some PC modifications on my computer, but that's about it. I've been playing a little bit of Witchfire though. Yeah, so far it seems 4 GB GPUs will be fine on the low texture setting. Frame generation though, that's another story. It is something between a remake and remaster? Yeah, exactly. It's an in-between, that's a good way to put it. I agree. Because they changed a few things. Also they used all scan from faces. Okay. It makes sense. Okay, now as you can see the game is loading something, that's why the CPU is cranked up. This sometimes happens, well, it happened twice on gameplay so far. We've been playing like for half an hour I think, or 20 minutes. Oh, I can skip this one, okay, good. Chapter 1, there we go. So as I was saying, it's loading something in the background to show it to you. So in those points, it stutters pretty heavily. Although on day 1, at least on my PC, when I tried it, it was like stuttering all over the place. Do you think Steam Deck is on its last legs with these new games? I mean, I wouldn't say it's last legs. It's definitely a compromised experience, sometimes not playable. But I think the Steam Deck is more like a platform, like, okay, you can try to run those games, but we won't say, Valve won't say, oh yeah, it runs everything. Which is fine.
Hello?
I think having a stable platform that is affordable makes more sense in this case. So probably in 2 years, until we don't get a big technology jump, Valve doesn't usually do small updates. Okay, let's move the camera very quickly. Whoop! Okay. We seem to be good. I'm seeing though the artifacting, especially on that fence, but that makes complete sense. So as I was saying, the Steam Deck still runs almost everything. Probably more than 90% of the Steam Deck of the Steam library. So yeah.
Oh, Jesus, never mind.
I would just really... I mostly played older games on the Steam Deck. I think that's what it's made for. Let's go. Yeah, let's go safe, actually. So while it's nice to be able to play new games, I think it's more of a bonus. I mean, it's like, okay, you can run them, but we cannot say, oh yeah, it's a perfect experience. I mean, nobody's complaining that a Nintendo Switch can't run Until Dawn, as an example. And the Steam Deck is already like 3 years old, so it kind of makes sense. Also, this game is a PS5 game, so... I mean, just the ease of use alone is a great sell. I mean, just think about it. You can play older games at pretty nice frame rates on the go. You can put the deck to sleep, wake it up whenever you want. And once you wake it up, you're back where you were a second ago. So I think that's the big difference. But when it comes to performance, yeah, obviously, it's not like you're playing UE5 games at all times and Alan Wake 2 at 40 to 60 FPS. That's not happening. But I think that's not the objective of the machine. It feels more like a bonus to me when it comes to that. For newer games, I think the Rogue Ally fits more. Yeah, I mean, if you want portable newer games, the Rogue Ally is definitely faster. I just wish the Rogue Ally had a 720p screen or something. I mean, it's nice to have 1080p on a small screen, looks super sharp. But I think it's overkill. Especially for a portable device.
You here?
But definitely the Rogue Ally for newer games. But I honestly prefer SteamOS over Windows for handhelds. I know it's a very popular opinion, a very safe opinion, I might say. But yeah. Could try and get the Evil Within 1 working on the Rogue Ally X. I don't have the Ally X, but it should work right out of the box. Shouldn't be an issue. Some people I heard have issues with running that game on Windows itself. I'm also seeing shadows being generated, but the shadow distance is okay so far. I'm not a big fan, again, of Windows on a handheld. But it's fine. I mean, it works. The thing is, it's just not the same. If the Rogue Ally had trackpads, I think it would be perfect. At least one trackpad like the Legion Go, to use as a mouse to move around. Nothing here. Oh, a gun!
Okay then.
You can always go the Bazai route. Yeah, but it requires more work. Most people are not going to do that. I mean, Bazai is nice. Although, probably at some point we're also... Hang on, we have the formable snow. I didn't notice that. Man. We take so much stuff for granted nowadays. I didn't even notice that detail. What the hell? Oh, there's a bag.
Bags here.
I probably played more than this on PS4, but I don't remember anything about this.
What do we have here?
Snoop? No, we're not snooping.
Maybe I shouldn't look around crazy stuff.
Hang on, I got a message from someone.
Chris?
Sam, hey, you made it.
Okay, Chris. Mr. Chris. Loyal, protective, humorous.
Oh, so I found something kind of amazing.
Lotus Metaphor Fantasio.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, I
You
want
gotta
to.
see for yourself. Come on.
I also want to do all the Persona games on
Right
Steam
around here.
Deck.
Gonna blow your
But
mind.
some of them are not on PC. Also, Valve is releasing Steam for the Ally. Yeah, I want to see how SteamOS on
Red,
not
right?
the Steam Deck actually works. That would be
Come on,
impressive.
look at these beauties.
Maybe it's garbage, who
Beauties
knows.
is not the word.
But if
That comes
Bazite
to
is
mind.
anything to
Why
go
is this
by,
even here?
What do you mean?
it's probably going
What
to be
the hell
good.
is a shooting range doing at the base of a ski lodge?
Yeah, that's a
have
good
you ever
point.
met
Have you ever
Josh's
met
dad?
Josh's dad?
Yeah.
He thinks he's like Grizzly
Dude, don't
Adams.
point the gun
Wanna try?
at her face.
No, you go
Tr-
ahead, Grizzly.
Muscle discipline.
All right. Here goes.
Okay, can I shoot? I think I can. Yeah, I can. I'll definitely lock this one to 30 though. I'm a bit upset that it uses so much VRAM that frame generation is out of the question. Oh, Lollipop Chainsaw. Man, I forgot about that
All
one.
right. I'm bad.
Oh, there's so many games. I'm happy that there's so many games. I wouldn't have stuff to do otherwise.
Nah, I don't think so, girl.
Okay, makes sense, Spencer.
Well, anybody and their brother could shoot a bottle that big, that close.
Maybe a few times, Edgar, but that's not the norm. Usually when I want to play something without DRM, and I'm not shooting the squirrel.
Nice shot.
Your ass just got sacked.
That's usually one of the
Hey,
points,
sharpshooter,
or maybe if the
right
game
here.
is not being sold anymore.
Wait, I'm just getting the hang of this.
Come
I
on,
played
Chris,
some
car.
Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow on deck, but there's no, how to say it, good means of getting it. Ubisoft doesn't sell you the game and you need a mod to make it run. According to the Foundry, FSR frame gen doesn't work on the game. When was that video? Because I think they mentioned
Guys,
that in the patch
You think we'll
notes.
get a visit from America's Most Wanted?
Looks like someone thought so.
What they did
Oh,
say in
come
the
on,
patch
it's
notes
the
when it comes to
When it comes
improvements
up here?
is that they are going to decouple frame generation from upscaling. So if you're not using upscaling, frame gen doesn't work.
Weird. Door's locked.
Yeah. Josh wanted us to keep it locked.
Um,
Keep people out.
He said that? What people?
Yeah, makes sense,
I
Edgar.
don't know.
There's two
Some people
Edgars.
sleeping in the station one time.
Creepy. Oh, real gentleman.
So, I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you play this below 30 randomly in places like I'm doing right now? Or would you go even lower with the settings? I think it might be a better idea to just lower the settings, try to keep the resolution unbalanced, and lock it to 30 so we don't have those
Guess we gotta wait.
inconsistencies. Maybe performance FSR if we really need to. But that's about it. And the high CPU usage is because the game is loading something in the background. I'm noticing it when there is something new about to happen. Doesn't seem to be shader compilation. But it's definitely loading something in the background. Oh, this smells creepy at all.
So beautiful. Menacing.
But at night it feels menacing.
Giant.
You gonna publish?
What?
Your pretty poem. The Sleeping Giant.
Still in the settings, lock it to 30, rather have worse graphics and pixelated mess. Good point. Yeah. Let's see if I go to the lowest, what happens. By the way, I wasn't using a 30 FPS cap. That's wrong. Let's go to low. Everything on low. Let's keep anti-aliasing a little bit to medium because we have upscaling going on. But the rest on the absolute lowest. And let's put some motion blur. Disable or adjust the strength of motion blur. Let's put it on low. I don't use a lot of motion blur. Maybe on medium actually. We're playing at 30. And FSR3 balance. Let's see what happens. So low. FSR balance. Let's keep it on lock for a second and we're locking it back. Yeah, the hair is broken basically at this resolution. Okay, we get a great boost in performance now. We're in the mid 30s. That's good. I should restart the game though, but still. But I'm thinking that we are basically going over the VRAM limit, so textures don't load 100% of the way, because the hair sometimes is very chunky. Basic texture quality with none... Oh, there's no anisotropic filtering on low textures. That explains it. Okay, I got you. Let me try quality FSR once more, hoping for the best, crossing my fingers. There we go. Let's have a few more pixels. What's the greatest game from 2020s? I don't even remember the years of games sometimes.
Finally, you coming?
Yeah, well, I was gonna stay here and catch some Z's, but okay.
Also, before I... yo, how many games do you have in that Steam library? I have like 700, I think. Something like that.
Just like going to the prom.
Yeah, some of those head textures are kind of pixelated.
We go.
But again, we're playing on low at the moment, and I increased the resolution a bit with FSR quality. Maybe I can do 1152 by 720. Maybe that looks better.
I mean, Josh seemed really pumped about us all.
But the camera cuts is when it's obvious that it's loading something.
I haven't seen him so excited about something in forever.
Good.
Bros were trying to find his Steam library. Well, I don't think Gabe will give me my money back. Many of the games also were provided by publishers. Yeah, here, it's loading something. So CPU spikes, then we're fine. Also, when using the Steam Deck's OS level FPS cap, the camera seems to be stuttery. So I'm using the in-game FPS cap.
I sat in the front.
Even 1K amateur. Yeah, the thing is, some games, actually, you can now remove games from your account. I removed some of the games that I got in Humble Bundles, because they gave you, like, tens of games on each purchase. So, some weird games that I never have touched, I deleted them. So I lost, like, 100 games there. Because I got them redeemed. Oh, and now Assassin's Creed Mirage is on Steam. Interesting.
I mean, who knows? You could be riding.
Let me see. If I look at my profile on Steam, I have 737 games, according to my Steam profile.
Butterfly effect.
If they added trading to Steam games, like they did with CS Games, it will open a place for third-party marketplaces, and similarities will have actual monetary value. Well, maybe at some point we get there, who knows. I don't think it will happen, because you technically do not own the games you have on Steam. But still. Okay, Jess. Man, the textures on her face are terrifying. Look at that.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, my Steam library will be basically my inheritance. I'm guessing once I'm old enough, I'll give it away. So, okay. One thing that is bothering me, I know it's a UE5 game, but having the textures and the anisotropic filtering linked together, I think that's a no-go. They should have put anisotropic filtering separate, because on low textures, it says it here, that, yeah, basic texture quality with non-anisotropic filtering to improve performance. On PC, that's usually not an issue. So I'm going to try medium textures and restart the game. Plus, we're doing 1152 by 720. It's 16 by 10, still a little bit lower resolution, but we have the Steam Deck's FSR, the system level FSR. So we have more control over the sharpness of the image. I put it on 0. General. So let's restart the game. Rodrigo, en Bunny Fox. Bueno, en realidad las compré en Bunny Fox, pero ahora las compro usadas en general. Somebody was asking where I buy my graphics cards in Uruguay. There's a store called Bunny Fox that usually has good pricing. But now I'm doing so many used GPU things. So many, well. When I want to buy a GPU, I usually go to the used market now, since I know how to test them properly before taking them. So I'm like, okay, I go buy a GPU, and if the person wants to allow me to test the GPU in their house, I'll probably going to buy it if it doesn't have any problems. But if the person doesn't want me to go to their house and test it or take it here and test it, I'm not buying. I say, okay, I'll go to the next guy. Because there could be so many issues with used GPUs. I run a lot of tests. I'm like 40 minutes running tests when I buy a used GPU. Okay, so 1152 by 720, low, FSR quality, 30 FPS cap, and additionally, I'm missing something. Oh yeah, medium textures. If this is too much, the game is probably going to crash, but that's okay. These are the settings. I also locked it to 30 using the in-game solution. I don't usually like doing that, but using the Steam Deck internal FPS lock gives me a stuttery camera movement for some reason. There is frame gen, but we don't have enough VRAM to have a smooth image, unfortunately. It's a little bit over sharpened like this, but okay. What kind of test? Only FurMark? Yeah, FurMark. I also run, what's the name of this one? I run superposition. Usually superposition is pretty good at that stuff. I also got, well, Combustor. I run Combustor. I also try every port on the GPU. Yeah, she's still creepy with medium textures.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. New people. Time to meet and greet.
Yeah, but the hair doesn't render properly. I'm guessing it's a classic, if you don't have enough VRAM, it won't load properly. There's also lots of pop-in, but again, that's to be expected.
Jessica, over here.
Are you guys
Youngster got his Steam page taken down. What?
We're stuck in this stupid thing.
Can you
There
please
was a
let us
Steam
out?
page for that? I thought it was only on... What's the name of this? On Decky Loader. What the hell?
Oh,
Capaz que siguen, Camín. Veremos.
I thought we were goners.
The Rogue Ally Extreme at the moment, no.
Oh,
But
Chris.
I want to do it on
Got a lot
PC
of meat on my
first.
bones.
We'll see.
It's all muscle down here.
Yeah, right.
I'm thinking about not sticking around much with the Rogue Ally.
Hey,
I will see.
Well, what do we have
Chris.
here? My goodness. Seems that someone has a little crush on our good friend and dear class president Michael Monroe. And what
You're going to test the Quiet Place I tried. I think it has traversal stuttering. Ah!
I wonder.
That sucks, man. Alright,
Mike
let's
and
explain.
Split. We're together.
Whoa.
So as I was saying,
Not really. Pretty clear.
I actually got offered that game a few hours ago by Saber Interactive. They offered me a code for the Quiet Place game.
Alright, let's just get up to the
I wasn't sure, but yeah, I should check it out. It looks
You guys
interesting.
go ahead.
But man, UE5 stuttering. What a surprise.
See who else is
This one,
listening.
going back to this one, it has a shader compilation pass
I mean,
every time you start
know,
it, which is good.
Whoever.
Uh-huh. Sam?
But
Did you see this view? I mean, holy
it still loads something.
Sometimes
There
I
seems to
get
be some traversal stutter
stop
along the
and
way.
take it all in.
When it's going to do
Seriously,
like a
don't they
camera
build
cut,
lodge
like
that
now,
in a cable car
the
and-
CPU usage spikes. Yeah, like you see there. But again, here I'm watching a real-time cutscene, and at the same time, it's basically QuickTime events and a little bit of motion, of movement, basically. Look, now I'm the simp.
Getting chills.
We're almost there.
How significant is the performance gain using CryoUtilities? Depends on the game, really. If the game uses a lot of system RAM, and it's, well, it's more RAM, it basically sets up a bigger page file, so when you run out of RAM, it uses the SSD, like on Windows, like a page file. And I think that's what's going on right now, actually. RAM is at 11 gigs, and VRAM is at 6. So technically, we're using like 17.6 gigabytes.
You guys.
Michael.
You really,
So yeah,
really should have seen your
I think
face
in that case,
when I
it's saving the
almost
game
blocked you just now.
from running out of VRAM.
Michael, you're a jerk.
Come on, guys. We're all friends here, right?
Yeah, the traversal stutter is annoying. In this game, it's a bit more noticeable because you're actually usually getting in very quick camera
The
cuts.
spirit of things, seriously, what's wrong?
When there's a camera cut,
Just trying to
I
lighten
mean,
the mood, Em.
it makes complete
You like
sense
that?
that it happens.
The way you're being, you
But
always
still,
act like this.
it's noticeable. Welcome. We're friends here, man.
I'm just gonna lay it out, otherwise this whole weekend's gonna suck ass for everyone.
But overall, I'd say,
Super awkward, and we all know it. Let's just
yeah, with
and move on, okay?
with the removal of depth of field, I think it loses a lot of its charm.
Cool.
But we're playing on a Steam Deck, I mean,
You guys gonna make out now?
Oh my god, totally. We're so gonna make out.
and some textures, some textures take a little bit of time to
We're checking
load.
the cable car back down the trip.
All right, see you, man.
See ya.
All right.
See ya.
But if you don't mind using a more constrained aspect ratio,
Oh, crap.
so black bars like in a movie,
What?
well, you'll have way better
Did you
performance.
Take these the rest of the way.
The thing is, on a smaller screen, I don't think
Yeah.
those letter
all the
boxes
bags.
Why?
make sense.
I need to go find Sam.
16:9 runs almost the same, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry, I
Does the
really
game
need to
support
go find
HDR?
out.
Yes,
Totally
sir.
forgot I needed to talk
But
to
I
you
don't have
before we get
HDR
on
on my
that.
capture
Really
card
can't
at the
wait.
moment.
We're almost
Well,
there.
no, actually, I do have it, but it'll look bad on stream. I would say in a game like this, HDR is a good idea.
Back down the
But by itself, it looks pretty good with the
Seriously?
default
It's
settings.
cold out.
I'm on an
It's getting
LCD
dark.
screen at the moment. The
You're gonna
OLED,
protect me from
I mean,
it.
I have an OLED Steam Deck here,
I'll just leave your stuff here and come with
but
you.
this is an LCD screen.
Nobody's gonna steal it.
Matt, are you kidding?
But
me?
HDR,
Leave
yes,
me
it does
alone
have
for
it.
5 minutes?
It's very
You think
tweakable
that
as well,
little of
so
me?
that's
That's not
good.
what I meant.
Why can't you just listen to me? Why do you have to question everything I say?
I'm sorry, Em.
This is
I'm
so awkward.
Just trying to be helpful.
If you want to be helpful, then you can help get everything up to the lodge as quickly as you can, okay?
Jeez.
Um,
Emily sucks. I hope she dies.
fine. Whatever you want.
Thank you. I'll see you up there after I go find
I
Sam.
hope the UE5 manages to stop the stutters. Yeah, I agree. Well, I've been hearing a lot of stuff in this game when it comes to crashing, actually. But so far I've noticed also when I played it on my main PC that it uses a lot of system RAM. It's pretty aggressive on the RAM side. But considering it's, again, like watching a long cutscene, I don't get the high RAM usage. Yeah, there we go. It's loading stuff. Somebody's going to be in front of this, in front of the binoculars, right? Oh. Oh no, she's cheating on him.
Whoa, hello.
And it's funny they have a light
Friendly.
pointed at them.
And not in the
It's
kind of
clearly like a
friendly
movie.
way. I might need to check the expiration date on their big breakup.
Yeah, I mean, dude. When that thing loads in... I knew it!
Hey, whoa.
Ah, son of a bitch!
Sorry about that, Ash. I didn't mean to scare
Jeez
you.
Louise,
Well, I
Matt.
did mean to scare you, sort of scare you, but not like
Always
really
works.
Scare you.
Gosh, oh my gosh.
Hey, wow. Man, I'm really sorry, Ash. Damn.
It's okay, it's fine.
Ah,
it's fine.
dude.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, the light gives you theater vibes. I mean, they do that in real... They do that in real movies, actually. They
Go
put
ahead.
lights on people's
Slow down.
faces.
Yes.
Oh no.
Bitch. Seriously, Emily? What the hell, man?
Hey, listen, it's probably nothing.
Nothing.
DSR is worse in this game. I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes,
I don't know.
I mean, when I see those that snowdrop on the screen, there's a lot of, they're just in it right now actually. I think DSR does a worse job of having a stable image. FSR 3.1, they updated the FSR with this patch to 3.1. Seems a little bit better, but it's not perfect in motion as of yet. And it's not going to be. This is a very low resolution. It's 720, 66% of 720.
Not just do that.
your hands where I can see them. We've got you surrounded.
Por supuesto, Benjamín.
To retaliate.
Sin dudas.
What choice do I, a supple young rebel girl, have but to
Let's try frame gen. I tried it and the game crashed.
Come take me into custody.
The game crashed because, well, I was over the VRAM limit.
Well, I don't know when you put it like
When,
that. Hey!
again, when you're using frame gen, it uses a lot of video memory.
Hey! Oh!
And here we're already basically using
You know that?
all the memory that the Steam Deck has. We're using all the 16 gigs.
Hiding, little chickadee.
So I tried frame gen, but the frame time was dreadful. As usual, but in a game like this, frame gen seems adequate. Oops. Let's see 144p FSR3 Ultra performance. I might.
Oh, come on.
Ah,
Hey, Mike.
easy.
Boom, shaka.
Boom, headshot.
No, you got me. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Can't hide from
a lot of horror games
I
close to
know all
Halloween.
your tricks.
Yeah, I'm not hitting them. Where's the guy? There she is. I'm not hitting the bird. Not hitting the bird.
Whoa!
That's right.
Find you just.
No scope 360. Yeah.
No more.
Oh yeah. Oh. More.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see, guys, in the background, the lower quality models and all that.
Gotcha is done. Done city.
It makes sense because it's into the distance. It's not like you're walking in the middle of the hills there.
So if I did.
So the depth of field that is missing now, it's missing because we're playing on low. If we were playing on medium, depth of field will be there.
Jessica, the snowball queen.
Okay.
That should hide those details.
My lady.
Like the background. Let's grab a snowball. This guy plays with everybody.
Oh.
It's October after all. Yep.
Okay, you're really gonna get it.
I got Alan Wake 2 to basically bad switchboard, modded low resolution.
At least one thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So you have
Yeah, I tried it on Steam Deck. I should make another video on the OLED now.
We should get up to the lodge.
Yeah. It's so nice out here, though.
But it's
Pretty
perfect.
breathtaking.
October and horror
I
games.
could stay out here for pretty much ever, provided I was.
Use post-processing on medium. Yeah, the thing is, I think it's a little bit too much for the GPU. Let's try that. I like that you can turn it off, but still. Okay, wish me luck. Hopefully.
Just.
Oh yeah, that's
now?
way better. What the hell?
Quote unquote.
Well, I think we might freeze to death somewhere
Yeah.
between those quotes.
Let's keep medium textures and post-processing. Yeah, post-processing on low just kills the vibe. It's insane how much of a difference it makes. Yeah, I remember Alan Wake on the Switch. Oh, okay, we're back to the good lighting.
Hello again.
Yeah, but I'm seeing some chunkiness on some parts of the
How
character.
are we feeling?
Well, usually post-processing
I trust
in
that
older
you
UE4 games
company
even,
of good friends.
post-processing on low sometimes meant ambient occlusion disabled. So maybe it added ambient occlusion actually, now that I think about it.
We're going to try.
Let's see, so we have this guy over here in the middle of the screen. If we see this part, he does have shadows there. Pretty low resolution shadows, but shadows at the end. Yeah, it says here ambient occlusion and depth of field. Some effects such as depth of field are disabled. I'm guessing it also disables ambient occlusion then.
Now pick up that book. Turn the page.
Yeah.
You will see a set of pictures and.
Yeah, it definitely hides the lower settings much better, actually. Let's keep that on medium then. Post-processing on medium. Alan Wake is 544p on Xbox 360. I mean, it makes complete sense, right? It makes complete sense in a way that our standards are way higher now. So, okay. what would I do with this game? Right now, at least, first impressions, 1152 by 720 to keep that 16 by 10 resolution. Otherwise, go for 720p, you get black bars, a tiny bit of a performance increase, but I think if you want to keep 16 by 10, this is as good as it gets. Once you go all to the bottom, you can choose the sharpness. You can over sharpen it as much as you like, but be aware that this game does have image sharpening option. I disabled it because it was a little bit too much. I put motion blur because 30 FPS. Everything on low except in textures and post-processing and anti-aliasing, just to keep some of the visual flair. FPS limit to 30. For some reason, the one inside the Steam Deck, this from this menu, made the game super stuttery. So I'm not sure what was going on there. So I'm using the in-game FPS lock. And well, when it comes to virtual shadow maps, no. FSR3 quality, personally I would use balanced on this one to have that extra edge when it comes to performance, but FrameGen, we don't have enough VRAM for this. It basically made the game crash after I used it for a couple minutes. Ray tracing, don't even think about it. That's basically it. Those will be my settings at the moment. And I'll probably lock the game again from here. Let's see if it does anything. Maybe if I enable VSync. Okay. Gotcha.
I want you to identify.
Okay, I'm using now the Steam Deck FPS lock thing.
Makes you the most anxious.
But I would either use FSR quality or balanced. Women worry me, men worry me. Where do I start? There's only two. I just like that Switch 2 has 12 GB of VRAM and DLSS. I hope that's true. Planes scare me. I studied air traffic control, so no. But yeah, sure, planes scare me, why not? Yeah, the frame time is way better with the SteamOS FPS lock. That's usually the thing. I fear drowning, I fear heights, I don't fear any of those two, but sure, drowning. Rats scare me, snakes scare me. Let's put rats because my girlfriend is scared of snakes and they're probably going to show a snake or something. Guns are scary, knives are more scary. Knives do what you don't like to do more slowly. He's like just watching me. Oh god. I fear scarecrows, clowns scare me. Let's select clowns. Yeah, so far it's been good. It runs good so far? Yeah, at the moment we seem to be good. Gore disgusts me? No. Crows are scary. Let's put crows so it doesn't show me much gore.
Did I startle you? So sorry. You're doing very well. Don't be nervous.
You saw Joker 2? What did you think? Does it suck like everybody says?
Try to speed up a bit. The more you rely on your instincts.
It's funny because my brother had tickets for the event premiere, went with a friend, and he told me there were people getting up and leaving because he didn't stop singing. But therapy for... This is for a psychopath, yeah. I fear needles, crows. Crows? Crows. Sure. It's funny if he asks me and I always select a different one. Zombies scare me, not clowns. I was kidding! I seen video of Microsoft Flight Simulator running on the deck. 800p. It's probably on Windows, yeah. I fear dogs as well, yeah, sure. I'm not sure if the game actually takes into account what I'm choosing here, but hey, storms scare me, sure.
This very interesting.
It's very interesting. You're hypocritical, he says.
Diligently.
Joker 1 is way better. I mean, it's a fantastic movie.
Rats, zombies.
Rats, zombies, and thunderstorms. Yeah, sure.
The sun combination sounds.
Yeah,
like a
but
good
so far
Friday
it looks
night.
very chunky. Maybe 1152 by 720, even with FSR as an option
Well, I'm afraid
internally.
Once again, we're out of time.
Yeah, it's just too chunky.
We'll talk again very soon.
I mean, we have also FSR 3 running, but still. Yeah, the edges are very chunky. I may be asking a little bit too much from an upscaling solution, right? Is there even a lore reason why Joker even got a sequel? Yeah, probably the money. The money lore. I don't know, I heard rumors. Yeah, I mean, if you look at, before I continue, if you look at those snowflakes there,
Oh, yeah?
there's
Feels
trails
the same
behind
to me.
them. Freddie Mercury!
Come on, you grew up here. It probably feels like it's shrinking.
I guess that's true.
When are you gonna install some cell
I think the
towers?
original has a lot
Get
more
cars
charm.
already.
I mean,
Spare million
the
lying
bluish
around,
tint
I'll fix
is
it
also
right up.
here
Funny you
in
should
right
say
now,
that. I think I left it
but it's
in
not
the
as
jacket.
aggressive as in the original. Also, man, the frame rate
Hey,
here
guys.
reminds me of the
Feel
PS4
okay?
version.
Yeah. Well, more or less, but it's so good to see you.
The PS4 version, if you don't know, is a Decima engine game, and it also has a very heavy drops into the 20s. But yeah, if you see the snowflakes
Yo, yo, yo. We get things moving up
flying
here.
around,
Yeah, man.
there's a lot of artifacting.
Hey, you doing all right?
Mr. Robot,
Man, I know it
yeah.
must be really tough without your sis.
Stop.
I just meant
No,
that.
I know what you meant.
You mean Freddie
Seriously,
Mercury?
I'm over it, and I want us to have a good time, you know, like we always used to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at some point
Damn
we
it.
probably already have a
Fucking
mod
thing.
that makes it look closer to the
What
original, I
else?
guess.
Maybe there's another way in.
There are a million ways in.
I mean, it's a real engine. We should have
Maybe, like, a
config
window
files for
around the corner
everything.
we can get open or something.
Wait a second. Are you saying we should break in?
Yes, we
I
should
don't
break
think
in.
It's technically breaking in if you own the place, right?
Hey, not if I don't report you.
Um,
Lead the way, coach.
That's the dude from Need for Speed. Which one? Yeah, when there's something in front of you that is super dark.
Hi, Chris.
You know what, let's do a small experiment before I continue. Also, the game is doing something in the background while I'm talking. Let's keep this unlocked. What was I looking for? Well, you know what, let's make the game crash. Let's put it at... Let's enable frame generation. To enable frame generation though, let's allow tearing. Okay, frame gen. So okay, now number higher, but experience not always better, like you would say.
I think I could use some time curled up by the fire.
yeah, that does sound pretty nice.
And as you can see, the frame times, well, they are there. And obviously the camera movement is always late. But I mean, in a game like this, not a huge deal.
So, seen Ash yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, frame gen,
Cool.
it would make sense if we, maybe, I don't know, lock it to 24 FPS,
She's
then
fine.
use frame gen to get technically
How is she?
into 48 FPS, maybe? Or, I don't know, yeah, something like that. But it uses so much VRAM that I don't think the game can pull that off. Oh, AFMF2 double frame. Well, I mean,
Ashley was looking pretty hot today, right?
AFMF2 actually is supported officially on the deck
Kind
drivers.
of gal, you know? Now I just want to rip that Parker right off of her and make some snow angels, right?
Damn, man.
Hey, cut it out, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna bang her, maybe Michael take up the case.
Wait, will you back off?
Relax.
Yeah, I mean, even AMD itself says it, but in a game like this that is quick time events and very basic movement and just choosing stuff, I don't think frame gen is a great deal. If it's below 30, in this one, is a very specific case, obviously.
Possibilities. You and Ashley alone at last. You've laid all the groundwork. You've been a perfect gentleman.
Oh no, the friend zone simps.
I don't know, man.
How can you not know?
What if it's like weird? What if she's...
The input lag with double frame gen is crazy AF. I agree. I mean, if with normal frame gen is already laggy. It's already a lot of latency. Imagine with double that. That's insane. I feel good for the people that don't notice it. I'm very jealous for the people that don't notice input lag with frame gen. Look at that frame time
How
now.
are we planning on breaking into my parents' lodge, bud?
I didn't say I had a plan.
Oh yeah, that's so much better.
You
What the
better
hell?
deliver, Cochise, or else you got 4 lovely ladies who are gonna be freezing their buns off. And last time I checked,
And when you're not in control of the game, it likes dropping below 30 with these settings. But I don't think I will go much lower than this. Otherwise, what's the point of playing this game? Visuals are gone at some point. I think the motion blur helps though. Yeah, the thing is when you traverse, that's the thing.
Getting pretty low juice here. I just had to turn off my
That's a great
GPS.
point.
I'm finally like outside where I might actually use
can
it.
you cool it on the phone, Tom?
Hold up.
Why?
It's pretty much all you talk about.
Well, you know,
Okay, guys.
Stuff and
I need to go.
App that can
I'm
get
getting
you
a package.
Got an app that can get
But I've been here for, oh, more than an hour. Okay, I thought it was less time.
well, we got ourselves
I got a package with thermal paste coming to my house. I'm being serious. I ran out of thermal paste. And I have some technical stuff to do. But first impressions of this one. There's a reversal stutter, which bothers me. Also, hang on, I'll unplug the charger so you can see battery life. One sec. There we go. And battery life is probably going to be around 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe on the OLED. On the LCD, I'm expecting the stutter to be a bit more noticeable, first of all. And second of all, I'm probably also expecting, well, the fan to be noisier.
Here, use this.
But when the game is loading something, here, as an example, or there's a new light, or something like that.
Yeah?
Totally.
What is it?
Hold up a
Okay,
moment.
so I'm pretty
Sorry.
sure that I've got some deodorant in one of the bathrooms. You could use that with the lighter.
I don't follow. How's a stick of deodorant gonna help?
Spray on, it's a can.
Oh, yeah. Now I gotcha.
Okay guys, never mind. I'm going to go get the package and be right back.
The ones we melted, just
I'll let the game play itself.
and whoosh.
Bye-bye frozen lock.
Bingo. All right, so you got this. I'm gonna go sort something out. You up for hunting around in the dark for a little bit?
Nope, but I'll do it.
Godspeed, Pilgrim.
Alright. Good time to go. The time where there's no cinematic. Well, I can stay a little bit longer. Don't move, you might spook the Santiago. There we go. Imagine if he was in real life waiting that long. Okay, we have dynamic shadow lights. Last player. What? Assuming forward movement is along the positive y-axis. What? That makes so much sense. Oh my god.
Huh? The hell was that?
Yeah, I saw it myself. But it's annoying when a game is loading something. Being such a linear game, it's annoying that you don't actually get a smoother presentation there.
That's cool.
Yeah, the stutters there are so obvious. But again, it seems to be like CPU usage spikes. We stutter, something loads, and we're good. I wish we also had a... Oh man. I wish we had the Decima engine version on PC as well. Maybe I'm dreaming too much. Yeah, I mean, camera cut or something new shows up with like 1 or 2 cores maxed out, sometimes all the cores.
Hi, Chris. Very funny.
Oh, how'd you know it was me?
Shouldn't you be like...
And there's a glass in the middle, so transparency. More difficult to render. You test this on your PC? Yes, I played it on the 4090. I still stutters. Way less than here, because CPU faster and all that. But it ain't perfect. I also got a couple crashes even on the 4090. VRAM usage on the 4090 was fine though, obviously. We have 24 gigs. So yeah. It's pretty demanding, but when it comes to an Unreal Engine game, it's not that bad. In comparison. I'm talking about raw numbers, of course. When it comes to stuttering and all that, it seems to be the usual, unfortunately. But we have a shader compilation pass that was there before, but now it seems to have more shaders than in the past, so less often. You're playing in DX11 or 12? Oh yeah, it's Unreal Engine. I'm an idiot. I could force DX11. Although I don't think they have the shaders, the shader pre-compilation on DX11. I can barely see anything as well. Yeah, the VRAM usage is stupidly high. And that was kinda to be expected. Also, I'm using medium textures, which doesn't help, but textures are linked to anisotropic filtering in the options menu in this game. I wish we had low textures, but anisotropic filtering is a separate option. I knew something was going to show up there. Also, the Steam Deck is screaming right now. I think trying DX11 is a good option. But we're probably going to miss FSR3. That's my guess. Yeah, it will use less resources, but DX11 uses more CPU as well. And we are having some trouble with that. Hang on. One sec. Alright, so in launch options, we add dash DX11 and hope for the best. Wish me luck. Yeah, I mean, FSR1 is the closest to spatial okay, the game launched. I'm not sure if this is the X11. Let me see. Ah, well, there's a good way to see it. If there's no ray tracing options, maybe we have the X11. Yeah, there's no ray tracing. Okay, we're on Force DX11. So we don't have FSR3. We actually just have TSR. So it makes complete sense now. So maybe we can actually now properly play the game. I mean, I'm locked at 30, but the FPS cap doesn't seem to be working great. Anyway. Yeah, ray tracing is overrated. Okay, so considering we were using FSR3 before, let's use TSR at 66%. That would equate to quality. Okay, in increments of 10. Can I, if I use a mouse, can I force this to, oh yeah, I can. Okay. Okay. So let's do two things. 800p. So we have the UI perfectly fine. Script percentage at 65. DSR 65%. Medium textures and post processing, and 800p. And honestly, I think I'm going to see very quickly how it runs like on this part. But honestly, I think we should go back to the beginning of the game. That seems to be more intensive. Okay, here I'm fully GPU limited actually. Oof. Yeah. It's more aggressive when loading shaders actually. But it feels way smoother once it loads those shaders in question. Same with the VRAM. You know what, let me restart the game from the beginning. So if you missed the beginning, we're trying it again, but on the X11. You have 15% better graphics with ray tracing with 50% less FPS, if we're lucky. Okay, let's see. So this will be like what a player would see the first time they launched the game. On the X12 I had the frame time doing something like this in this part. Yeah, the thing is, if you're playing on the X11, you lose FSR 3.1, you lose frame gen, which again we don't have enough VRAM for it to work properly, and the frame times are garbage with the frame generation on. And usually TSR looks okay enough. It's a little bit over sharpened in my opinion in this game. But the X11 should give us less VRAM usage. Should. Probably higher CPU usage, and probably it's not going to precompile shaders for the X11. So we're probably going to have large stutters, but once those happen, it should stabilize. So that's my thoughts on this right now. Let's see. So camera cut should have stutters. I can already see that the snowdrops, yeah, they have a lot of chunkiness and shimmer. But it feels more stable so far. It's not using as much VRAM and RAM as before. Have you seen the recent Digital Foundry video in regards to FSR in this game? No, I haven't, but I don't know if they... I mean, you guys told me about it. Haven't watched it yet, but I don't know if they updated their game to the patch 1.05. This is on the latest patch. That they said they fixed FSR. What I saw is that they added FSR 3.1, but when I enable frame gen, it stutters horribly. They did? Oh, okay. So then frame generation is broken, gotcha. Well, that's fine. I mean, for me that I don't use frame gen in general. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I thought it was an issue with frame gen in general. But so far it seems most stable on the X11 so far. But the stutters are rougher when they happen. I don't know, guys. Well, texture quality also seems to stay higher for longer, which is good. Yeah, maybe let's lower the resolution a bit further. Let's use a mouse for this. It allows you to go below 50%. That's hilarious. Let's put it at 51, just to mess with some of you guys. So 800p, 51% screen percentage. Let's put a 30 FPS cap. A 30 FPS cap with VSync, full camera aspect ratio, so we use the entire screen. These are the settings, post-processing on medium, because we have depth of field, which looks like more cinematic, to say it in some way. We're mostly looking at the game. Medium textures, otherwise there is no anisotropic filtering, which sucks if you do that, and the rest on low, basically. Medium motion blur, so we have some motion blur when stuff happens, and we're using TSR, and the DX11 launch command, which seems to be using less VRAM, but it also stutters quite a bit. And 51% screen percentage, which is similar to performance FSR, to say it in some way. It's not amazing, but we're playing on a small screen, so I think we can get away with it. We gotta do some sacrifices. These move parts are just auto win with mouse and keyboard. No, actually, you have an option for that. Let me show you now that I'm here some of the accessibility stuff. I think that's important. So there's a dyslexic font, which I really like. Looks pretty good. Then you get aim assist for parts when you have to aim. Enhanced glint visibility, persistent center dot, additional vibration, screen reader. Here, don't move. So don't move events will be hidden and automatically succeed if this setting is enabled. Is disabled at the moment. You also have stuff for QuickTime events. You have to pause the game while there's a QuickTime event to always win the QuickTime event, or that randomly succeed, fail. You have options there. I really like you can also change the size and the position. That's pretty cool. There's also a streamer mode for people like me. And when it comes to controls, here, the don't move thing. Passive, the don't move event will always work by using the motion sensor function. So you can move your Steam Deck, and if you move it, like on the PlayStation 4, you can get the don't move wrong. Active is that you use WASD or the stick to keep the capsule inside the bounds. Or basically dynamic, which is the last one that you used, the last method is the one that is going to do. With WASD, it doesn't feel fantastic, honestly. So no, they didn't remove it, they just added a different way to do it. Which is like keeping a circle inside a capsule. There's a lot of advanced settings, at least I made that really good. Yeah, I really like the accessibility stuff. Great job. Yeah, I wondered also how they would do it on PC, but there's been an issue with the Steam input that you had to turn it off and back on in order, while playing the game, in order to get the motion controls. Not sure if they fixed that already. But using the stick, I think works okay. The don't move thing, I mean, I can just put the controller on the table and win every time. But I like that they have the auto succeed option. Just because some people just don't like messing with QuickTime events. Yeah, even at 50% resolution, it drops into the upper 20s.
Oh my god, I can't.
Although the textures seem to be holding up better. But they're still, you can clearly tell that it's a low resolution. But definitely textures are way more stable on the X11. Especially around the hair and the size of the faces, you can see the heavy pixelation.
Don't you guys think this
Elfo, ¿qué tal?
cruel?
Sí, más o menos.
Oh, come on. She deserves it.
It is not her fault that she has a
But on the
huge
X11 it seems to be way more stable so far.
just looking out for my girl, Em.
There was a few huge stutters at the beginning, but that's basically it.
Just because
Okay,
he's
here
class
comes the
president
asshole
doesn't
part
mean
again.
he belongs to everyone.
In the
I
meantime,
put it
I'll
in
open
my
this
hands,
package.
and
I'm going to that I just received is thermal paste. I'll need the microphone so it's not annoying. One sec. Arctic Silver 5. Yeah, 2 thermal paste things. The FSR3 make it look less pixelated. It seemed to be a little bit less pixelated, but it was still very chunky. But again, I'm being very... Whoa, I dropped something. I'm being very aggressive here with the upscaler. We're playing at like 720p upscale to... Sorry, TSR is not 506%, it's 50%. We're playing at half resolution on already, it's basically 400p. With FSR3, even at a higher resolution, there was still pixelation, but especially when it comes to hair and the snowdrops. Yeah, especially the snowdrops. FSR was better. On the hair, I cannot really tell much. It doesn't look great on neither of them. Actually, TSR does look better on the hair, actually. The thing is when there's those snowdrops. Did you import that thermal paste from Amazon or local PC store? Local PC store because the the shipping will be more expensive than the thermal paste. But yeah, I'll play like this, honestly. If this was my only way to play the game, low, TSR 50%, medium textures, post-processing on medium, and the DX11 command. You get basically 2.5 hours of battery. And while it doesn't look the best, obviously, it still looks good enough, I think. Is it super noticeable on the deck screen? I haven't looked at it at this specific resolution on the smaller screen, so give me 1 sec at the end of the video and I'll unplug it. I'm playing on a 27-inch 4K screen, so to me everything probably looks pixelated. On the smaller screen it's probably going to be not as noticeable unless there's a blizzard and you get lots of snowdrop on your face. So yeah, it's way less noticeable on the smaller screen, obviously. But I wanted to test this game as a live stream because there's so much of it that I'm not controlling that I think it was better talking to you guys in real time. Also, music is disabled at the moment because there's a copyright song going on. Yeah, I'm crazy, I know. But still, I can appreciate when something looks pixelated or not. This looks soft. but you can see the edges when there's a lot of contrast. For example, when the face has like a piece of a little bit of light at the side, you can see the staircase effect, quote unquote. Also, guys, cover your eyes. You can't see this. This is a family-friendly channel. Cover your face.
Oh my god, she's taking her shirt off.
No, no, don't do it!
Hannah, hey, don't. It's just a stupid prank, okay?
W for audience retention. Exactly. As I was saying, yeah, I'm playing on a 4K screen. Obviously, everything on the Steam Deck will look pixelated here.
Sorry, Hannah.
But here it's not 100% consistent when it comes to pixelation.
Jerks. You know that?
TSR
Hannah?
looks okay. Okay, looks better on the hair than FSR, but FSR looks better when there's a blizzard going on, like right now. TSR just have more chunkiness when it comes to the snow. But when it comes to the hair, it's actually doing a good job. Okay, do I wake up Freddie Mercury or find the others? Let's wake up Freddie Mercury. Let's wake up the robot.
Josh.
Sí, tal cual, Elfo. Tal cual. Yeah, guys, I'm just playing at 30 because, well, if you saw this live stream, this almost 2 hours that I've been here, I barely touched the controller.
It's fine, she just can't take a
But see, some scenes you drop into the 20s, like on, well, the original game on PS4 dropped into the 20s.
Dad, this wasn't serious.
You jerks!
It's okay.
So, should we go after her?
You know, I kind of think you're the last person she wants to see right now, Mike.
He's Elliot, bruh. Okay, it's Elliot. Elliot. Fine. I got you.
Hannah!
Yeah, L prank. Okay, here we loaded something good. Let's see if it happens like on the X12 that I got a few. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the snowdrops, I need to find a way to show you this properly. Give me 1 sec. So that's what TSR is doing to the blizzard. Again, I'm zooming in so you guys can see it. You're probably watching this on a phone. Most people I know watch this stuff on phones. It has this breakup, but again, we're playing with 50% resolution, so it makes sense that it looks like that. FSR is a little bit better when it comes to this type of stuff, but the hair, at least so far, seems to look better with TSR actually. Okay, here on the X12 I had like a big spike on CPU usage. Okay. Oh, there we go. Time spot. The game is loading something and you get those spikes in the frame time. Okay. So yeah, I'll probably just play it on the X11. The first time you'll see the very first time you launch the game, it might stop for a couple seconds, but then it's way smoother than the X12. Yeah, especially here. There's so much contrast. I'll probably recommend HDR actually.
Hannah?
If you have the OLED. What's the FPS like unlocked? It's between 20 something and the 40s if you're looking at the ground. And you can get into the 60s indoors sometimes, very, very rare. Also, I'm not sure if they are forcing film grain. So yeah, I think it's time to sum this up. I mean, is it worth playing on Steam Deck? If you never played the game and want to see what it's about, it's fine. I'll launch it on the X11. I'm probably also lock it to 30 FPS. just because it feels way more stable on the X11 so far. If you have the OLED, I'll heavily recommend HDR on this one. But it's way smoother on the X11. The thing is, on the X11 you lose FSR3. Let's go fast. Let's do the opposite option as before. Nice jump, Lara Croft. Yeah, it's definitely more consistent on the X11. It still has stutters, obviously. All the noise. But again, there's moments like you saw when I was going through the tree branches that the game is clearly loading the next part. So the CPU usage spikes. Does HDR work on the X11? That's a good question, actually. I'll give it a shot. While that happens... Oh, okay. HDR does not work on the X11. Okay, if you want to use HDR, use the X12 and ignore what I said before. Okay, there's only brightness.
Hello?
But on the X11 it even loads textures way better.
Here, take my coat. I'm
Uses less RAM, less VRAM.
so dumb.
It makes sense for the Steam Deck to play on the X11. I wish there was HDR on the X11. On the X12 it shows up, but it's so much more quote-unquote consistent on the X11. As far as consistency looks like, this is not consistent, especially on camera cuts. And yeah. What to say, it's an Unreal Engine game. But in this particular case, just use the X11. On the Steam Deck, it helps the GPU tremendously. In this part, if I had unlocked frame rates, I will be at like 60, looking at the back. Okay, so this time I won't let her go.
Hold on.
Yeah, I still stutter Engine 5. But it's less stutter than the X12. Let's go. I don't drop Hannah, I drop myself. Bye! Bye, flamethrower guy. Okay, that's gory. That's okay. GG. Yeah, also texture quality is much more consistent on the X11. There's no reason not to play this, unless you are a huge hardcore HDR fan. Yeah, definitely. But again, it's, of course, visually, it's not like, I would say, a visual showcase for UE5, especially on the Steam Deck at this resolution. It's more like watching a movie. The other option that you have is to change the aspect ratio to 239:1, which is like a heavily letterboxed image. If you're into that sort of thing, you get a huge boost in performance. But on a small screen like the Steam Deck, that makes no sense, in my opinion. It's just too much. So let's end the poll. The poll was, how would you play this on deck? 16:10 said 65% of you, which is the entire screen, like I'm doing right now. 16:9, which is black bars, 27%, and 2.39:1 at cinematic letterbox, only 6% of people. So most of you guys want to use the entire screen, which is completely understandable. I mean, just look at this. This is the entire screen, which is fine. But if you go and put the cinematic mode, quote unquote, you lose a huge chunk of the screen. I mean, let's be honest here. The GPU performance is way better. But again, having such big gaps on the screen, in my opinion, makes no sense. On a smaller screen. If I play on a TV, okay, I understand. But on a portable machine, I wouldn't do that.
It is essential But your answer honestly enough.
Yeah, imagine playing this in the middle of the forest at night or something. At this frame rate. I mean, at 30 is fine. It runs similar to the PlayStation 4 actually. When it was the Decima engine. I don't know how it runs on PS5 though.
So,
But I mean, visually it's fine.
did that picture
Especially again if you're playing on the portable screen, which is what should happen. It's probably
okay. Honest.
what you should be doing.
What do you think?
Let me see how it looks on the small screen. Ah, okay, it looks very, very good on the small screen actually. Way better than I anticipated. You won't be able to see it, but it looks pretty sharp. It's hard to see obviously because I'm now showing you through a webcam, but yeah. Yeah, I saw that video, Samuel, actually. So yeah, I'm happy to report it looks good on the small screen. It holds up. I'm not pointing a camera at the screen right now because I don't have a camera to do the live stream that can actually do as good. Let me see, I'm logging it to 30. Yep, it works pretty well. It's hard to tell, but hang on, let me try something else. I'll do my best to show you guys. So let me add a webcam. Video capture device. We add the webcam. And try my best over here. Let's do 4K 30, there we go. Hi there. I'm on the highest possible quality at the moment. It might be hard to tell, but here we go. Hi. So this is a 4K webcam. Should be able to see more details. I have a ring light in front of me, that's why you see that reflection. Not sure if it's easier to see. But it looks fine. I'm pretty impressed, actually. If you go very close, apart from the dust, it's okay. Yep, it's fine. Looks pretty damn good, actually. Let's move a little bit ahead. Oh, that's not the... Can't walk. I'm trying to move the camera, I think. Oh yeah, my bad. I'm moving my head. Sometimes when you use shortcuts, you lose control. So yeah, there is some popping, all that, but looks good enough, in my opinion. Sorry about the ring light. But again, we're playing at 400p. It's ridiculously low resolution. But I need to look very close to notice. I mean, if you look at that fence, it has some breakup on the fence. But again, I need to look closely. So yeah, definitely, probably, well, it kind of looks like 4K to me on the deck screen. I'm using a 4K webcam, but still, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to tell what's going on. So, I will play it on Steam Deck like that. It actually looks more impressive than you think. If you're looking at it on a big screen, like I'm doing right now, sorry that my face is no longer in frame, you can probably notice that there is, yeah, a pixelated gate in front of you. So yeah, definitely. So what to say? It's fine. It's fine as long as you play on the X11, at least so far. And now NVIDIA Broadcast won't show my face. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Until dawn, actually on the smaller screen, it holds up surprisingly well with TSR at 50%, which sounds like a super terrible resolution. It's 400p, basically. But on the smaller screen, it really goes fine, especially when it comes to the hair, it's not so bad. The thing is, when you see the snowdrops, that's when it kind of breaks a little bit with the upscaler. But again, do the X11 and the settings that I told you. Low settings, TSR 50%, medium textures, medium post-processing, and add the DX11 command to the launch options, and you should be good most of the time. At the beginning, you'll see some stutters, and well, the camera cuts, it gets a bit rough, but otherwise, if you log it to 30, it's good enough, in my opinion. I'll wait for a few patches though, just because of the fact that in a couple weeks they got a great patch that fixed a lot of issues, especially crashing, so the stuttering, some of the stuttering. So yeah, that's basically it. So if this is the only way to play the game, I think it's not bad at all. Actually, it looks pretty cool. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see ya next time. Bye guys. And thanks again to PlayStation for providing a code of the game. See you next time. And it's probably not going to be verified. This game is probably going to be marked as playable if they take into account the X11. Otherwise, probably unsupported like The Quarry, which is another game similar to this one, but from another franchise, quote unquote. So thank you guys. See you next time. Love you all.